So there is bound to be some agreement, disagreement. That's is acceptable in democracy. We're not dictatorial here. So it's what the people want. When we look at it and say, oh, this is the masses' voice, we will look at that and say, yes, let it be.
Oh, well, just before
there are opportunities for others who can make it now. Everybody cannot be councillors. Everybody cannot be chairmen.
Well, you know, just before I let you go, Barrister Oyatomi, let me put in this. I don't know if you've heard of insinuations, arguments, complaining in some quarters. Some people say that the party's chairman, Prince Gboyega Famodu, you know, is not handling this very well. They say he's not independent, that he's been influenced by certain interests in the party that's actually doing the bidding of some interest in the party.
Let's come off it. Who influenced the old chairman of the party? Who? I mean, are they talking about the governor of the state? The governor of the state cannot have a different interest beyond what the masses in their locality have. This thing, we've handled this in the past, and we came neatly from it. This one will not be an exception, like I told you. Famodu is independent. Famodu is handling the matter administratively well and politically, correct.
All right. Well, thank you very much for speaking with us this morning. Barrister Kunle Oyatomi, the spokesman of APC in Osun State. We appreciate your time on the program this morning, sir.
Thank you. Thank you
very much. All right, Barrister Oyatomi joined us live on the line, reacting to a slew of issues within the party there, the internal issues within the APC ahead of the local government elections come next year, January. We open the phone lines for you now. Remember, I have with me in the studio Honorable Taiwo Faturegun, former chairman of Oriade local government, is a chieftain of the APC, and also the chairman of Ward 1 Obokun local government, Prince Adepoju Adejori, joining us right here in the studios, talking about the processes of these local government primaries. Open the phone line so I would like you to keep your comments very short, keep them simple, and most importantly, we'd like you to keep them very civil.
You can now join the conversation by calling 0703-175-9177, 0703-175-9177, and 0902-427-3808. You can equally make use of our social media platforms. For WhatsApp, 0703-175-9173, 0703-175-9173. Tweet at us at Rave917FM, and Facebook is Rave917FM. Do remember to turn down the volume on your radio set or move away from it. And please, let's keep our comments civil. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. You can also make use of our third line, 0806-867-6165, 08068676165. Thank you very much. Let's begin to pick the calls now. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Albert Adeyemi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Albert Adeyemi. Interestingly, was one of the actors in this particular matter. Thank you for joining us.
Yes. I'm actually one of the contestants in Ward 1 Obokun.
Okay.
So, to be honest, let's forget about imposition on this. Nobody imposes on anyone, especially my ward in Ward 1. All the 3 steps that need to be taken in my ward regarding the nomination of the councillor was taken and failed due to the dodgy and faithful.
Well, Mr. Adeyemi, I'm afraid the quality of your line is not particularly good. Let me just put one to you quickly. If you can hear me clearly, is according to the party leaders in your ward, they claim that the 3 stages that you and Mr. Jide Agbaje went through, Mr. Jide Agbaje emerged the winner, but you still insisted that, it wasn't right. Why was that?
From the three stages, some of the stages are taking. We did not do any election in Open at all. Not in election.
I'm afraid we can continue. I suggest you call back, sir, Mr. Albert Adeyemi. It will be fine to get your own side of this matter also, but the line is not clear. We could barely hear. What are you saying? Let's move on. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Comrade Aziz from Ede.
Thank you, Comrade Aziz.
Yes, I've really enjoyed those people that you brought, the party chairman and the issue, and I just want to comment on the just concluded primary of the APC.
I'm afraid we can't continue with our comrade. Please, when you call and show the volume of the radio set is kept so that we can hear ourselves clearly.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Oshobo. I'm Salami on the line.
Comrade Salami, thank you for joining us.
Yes, you see, the issue of the political leaders and all have to do is not a good reason for our democracy. It happens in the Oshobo government. Now, a candidate was really elected. You are told later that is a party policy which is a female must emerge from the what? The last lady in question came. So the penalties were being denied their right to choose their leaders. So it is not good. I just want to appeal to the party leaders at the state level.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Olatunji Popola.
Where are you calling from?
Calling from Oshobo.
Thank you, Mr. Popola.
Yeah. What I want to say is that this APC calling themselves Democrats, they want to take us for fools in Osho State. If you have conducted election in the world and one person came out on top and you said that is not acceptable and you are bringing me to the state to come and void all what they have done and decide on what you want to do for them, that is anti-democratic. And I think what people need to do is to know that these people are not out for democracy. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Femi.
Thank you for joining us. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Ayo Doblo. I'm calling from Oshobo.
Thank you, Mr. Doblo.
Mr. Femi, the problem we have as human beings, when rules are set and people decide to break rules, it leads to chaos and anarchy. That is what we are witnessing here in Liverpool. See, the two sides decided not to play by the rules. That is why we have this problem now at our hand. The people of Liverpool are peace-loving people. They've been with the All Progressive Congress. They always vote for the party. But now, because of individual ambition and ego, they are trying to break the peace there now. And I want to tell you, if at the end of the day this issue is not resolved, every individual who participates in one way or the other will leave to face the consequence of what is happening now.
Thank you very much.
Rules are being set.
Because of our time, thank you very much. Let's take some messages, but I sincerely hope that we can get Mr. Albert Adeyemi again, to come so that we can just get a hang of his own side of this particular story. But then these messages here, Jiboye A. Olanipekun, Lakeside saying, in position of candidates by parties, Nigeria should be discouraged in all ramifications. Oftentimes, hand-picked candidates who by providence win elections end up turning their backs against their godfathers and also perform poorly in office because they lack zeal and do not have the masses' interest in their thinking. And Mr. Law is saying all these happening within the ruling party needs serious attention and intervention of the party leaders, just because there are some forces at the state level, most especially in the state cabinet, that are responsible for the replacement of the choices of the people, just because they want to make sure that they are in control of the organs of the party right from the ward level, local level, and the state level. And all these happening just because of their gubernatorial ambition. Thank you. And Prince Adepoju Atopatele from Ilanrogo is saying this is really a trying period for the APC in Osun State. Imposition should not be the order of the day. If the party is aiming for victory at the polls come next year, all these happen because there are no leaders who are true crusaders of the lofty agenda of the APC in Osun State. And Wale is saying, let me cite example of illegality that happened in Iba, Ward 10, where the ward executive voted. Rabi Simon, popularly known as NEPA, got 16 votes today to beat the other candidates who got 6 and 3. Unbelievably, the candidate that got 3 votes was announced. This is the legality of the highest order and not in line with the justice that brought the governor of the state to the office. And okay, the last one before we return to the calls is Lekon from Ibokun. He's saying the situation in Ibokun Ward 1 is nothing than imposition. Now, how could someone that does not participate in screening be imposed on us? All the 3 guidelines sent to the ward executives were all taken. We say no to imposition in Ibokun and let justice prevail in Ibokun. Thank you so much. That's from Lekon from Ibokun. Let's take a couple of more calls, so maybe 1 or 2 before we say our byes. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
This is Femi from Abdullah.
Thank you, Mr. Kwemi.
Yeah, let me just say I'm a little bit closer to Ibokun, and all the processes that happen there, I'm a witness to it. The 3 processes have already done. The man that the winner, and the other man said no. They should, instead for them to take it to the state, they should have called all those elders down and settled it there, because they are the ones that took themselves down to state, and whatever the state says to them, they will take it, because if the case has been solved amicably at home, why going to the state? Now they've exposed everything to the state now. So state now have the privilege and the opportunity to put the impose on them. So I will use this media to assist the state as well, that they should follow the mind of the mass, the mind of the people that are people. They should not follow their own steps there. So whatever decision they make, the people will affect the people here.
Thank you very much. Well, we can't take any more calls now. Let's just get back to our guests, take their final remarks, but then we definitely, maybe on subsequent editions of this program, get across to other members, especially the other side, especially for, in a case like this, for Mr. Albert Adeyemi, so that we can't get, he actually called in, and that was very good of him to try to state his own side of the story, but then the line was not particularly good. It wasn't particularly clear. We couldn't hear most of what he was saying, but we'll definitely reach out to him also on this particular one. But let me take, the final remarks of Honorable Taiwo Fatirigun, on this matter.
Well, thank you, Femi. On the final note, what happened in the congresses, I've just heard from people that called from various places, is a clear case of imposition in some places where people actually won primaries and they were not announced. There's a peculiar case in Uriade local government, Ward 12, where Olumide won the primaries. All majority of the ESCOs voted for him. He was actually penciled down to be given nomination form. But at the last stage, a former honorable member of the House of Representatives, Nat Agubade, came to Osogbo and changed his name. That is not particularly interesting. And we are only appealing to the boy who has been working conscientiously for the success of the party in that particular ward, that be a pillar of support in that ward, to please take things easy for him to be.
Hello?
I would just like you to hold on for a second. I have Mr. Albert Adeyemi on the line with us here. Thank you so much for joining us. I have just 45 seconds for you, but tell me why are you against the processes? The party leaders said that all the 3 stages were followed through as laid out for them by the guidelines of the party at the state. Why are you against it? Why are you supporting in position of a candidate?
I'm not in support of imposing any candidate, and nobody imposed any candidate in my ward, which is Ward 1. Number 1, concession does not work in my ward. The second does not work, and the state said we should go for Congress, and on the field, there's no